since you're gonna push back on me, I'm gonna push on you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not even. No, I'm saying that. I'm not saying that because I want to start anything. I'm not. Whatever I say here is not because I'm trying to like debate you or oppose you. I'm not. I just, if I think of something, I'll just say it. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. All right, let's go ahead and get into Justice League, everybody. That new trailer came out for Justice League. We'll get into that. Let's see here. So, folks, you know that the Justice League we had before, they say that was not the true Justice League that you were watching. That was a goddamn lie. Now, granted, tragedy came in and Zack Snyder had to lead the project and Joss Whedon came in and look, it was supposed to be, this thing was supposed to work out wonderfully. You know,
sure.
Yeah, exactly,
this
man.
Is the guy who did the Avengers.
It's the guy who did the Avengers. First of all, you had the people who didn't even like Zack Snyder. They were always on Joss Whedon's side. So when Zack Snyder had to leave because of a personal family tragedy, they brought Joss Whedon in to come in and make some changes and make some cuts and add to the story where there were gaps left behind and bring in some of his trademark Joss Whedon humor. Yeah. You know, where Chris and other people say, hey, look, you know, Batman has this trait. Flash has this trait, you know, Wonder Woman, she does this like this. I mean, there's a playbook right here that you really should follow. Zack Snyder says, you know what? Fuck your playbook. Zack Snyder and our tour. I do what I want to do. I think I just broke my phone. Really? Anyway, but yeah, in other words, he says, dear Chris and other fans, fuck you. Love Zack.
I saw that.
Is there anything that this man can do to please you people? Maybe putting out another trailer, maybe showing you more of his vision of what could have been and now what is going to be on HBO Max. There's a 4-hour cut, and you all know this, of the Snyder version, the Zack Snyder version of Justice League. Gone are all of the creepy and weird things that Joss Whedon put in there. Gone are all the colors and sense of humor and jokes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League. There's a lot of new things that are introduced, a lot of new images, some things that they say truly does add more story and cohesiveness to what should have been. Is that how some of the naysayers out there will feel? Will that turn people around? Well, let's take a look and see.
Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
I will say this. I mean, I'm going to have a fair discussion about this, but colors, what's wrong with them? You know, what?
Well, no, there are 3 colors, Corey. They're blue, they're gray, and then there's brown. That's the color palette. That's
exactly.
Well, there's burnt sienna.
Yeah, that is true. Beige. I'm just saying, were you raped or beat up by a rainbow at one time in your life? What the fuck? Colors ain't this motherfucker came in and sucked more colors out of it. He got mad at Joss Whedon. That fool uses colors. Not around here.
We live in a society. Isn't that right? Batman.
And people, here's one of the big things that people saw. Rated R. So that's Zack Snyder saying, bitch, does this look like preschool? Colors are for kids. You know, you want to pick pictures for your mama to put up on the refrigerator, go to goddamn kindergarten. Ain't no colors around here. This is some serious adult shit. And it is rated R, y'all, as you can see right there. This will be released in March. Now, in March right here. Now, I'm trying to be fair, but it might say something to all the naysayers out there that the biggest thing to come out of this trailer here is a reference to a meme.
Yep. We live in a society where honor is a distant memory.
And people are like, okay, all right, so The fuck does that mean? You know, that's not the deepest shit that the Joker has ever said. He's told knock jokes deeper than that. What the hell does that mean? We live in a society. So I'll be the first to tell you, I remember this barely, this being a thing. But apparently we live in a society that's been around since 2018. Like I said, I barely remember from there, but I do remember it being around, but I forgot about it. But that's what people are losing that shit over. It's not like the joke is there. And I tell you what, they would have even been like, fuck the Joker, man. Oh shit, he said it. You know, because he said we live in a society. That has been a meme since 2018. You know, this is something that it was started by people who want to be, who want to sound. So Mark, you never heard of this, right?
No, I have not.
And I do remember this barely. This was started by people who want to sound like they were intellectual, but kind of edgy back in the day. You know, these are people like, we live in a society, but I am not part of that society. I am on the outside. You are assholes if you remain. And then it became a point where people were like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And they just start making memes to make fun of them. So that's where that came from. So some shit that people got made fun of is now very heroic and people love it. When Joker came out, at the time, when Joker came out, what, like last year?
2019, I thought.
Yeah,
19.
When Joker came out, there was a change.org petition that was made. There was a change.org petition where people said, now people, this is what people are using change.org for. There was a petition to say, make Joaquin Phoenix say, we live in a society in the new Joker movie. And now Zack Snyder has made all those fans' dreams come true. Don't ever say this. And I got to change my tune. Don't ever say change.org doesn't work. It doesn't. It don't work for anything good or useful. You know, it doesn't work for anything that really will change the planet for better. It doesn't change for environmental issues or poverty or healthcare. But hey, fuck it. It got the Joker to say some shit that he read in a fortune cookie somewhere.
I'm seeing a lot of people making fun of it for that. I think that's why it's trending. People are like, oh my God, he put the meme in there.
There are people making fun of it.
This is ridiculous.
It's a divisive thing. Yeah, it's a divisive thing. There are people who are like, why the fuck did you decide to put this meme in there? And then people are saying, wow, he said it. Thank you, Zach. That is the biggest reveal in this, is that, you know, the Joker is shown right here. And it's not the Joker that we've seen. In fact, there's a Joker that looks like a drunk chick after a one-night stand right here. Or Jared Leto after a one-night stand.
He ate a whole bunch of flaming Cheetos. He just ate them all in one sitting, and he just cleaned up his mouth.
He should. Some people are saying, I don't know about the look. I still have to see what he does with the character. Some other people are saying, I'm just glad that the motherfucker went to like a laser clinic and got the laser removal for the tattoos. You know, I'm glad that all that shit is gone, because as you can see, there's no damage on his forehead. There's none of the ha on his shoulders. You know, he might not even have a grill. You know, it's almost like the motherfucker came back and said, you know what? I don't know. I was going through a hip hop phase. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Well, it looks like that's part of Batman's apocalypse dream.
Well, that's what it is. You know, because say what you will. First of all, it looks like, I don't know if this will work out or not, because I'm trying to go into this unbiased. Like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not in love with what I see. I'm not going to judge a movie until I see it. You know, I don't know what he's going to do with it. So I have nothing bad to say, but I'll bring up like concerns or criticisms of a trailer that I see as I see fit. And looking at this, it looks like it has the potential to possibly give Jared Leto something to do with that Joker character, other than just roaming through a movie with nothing to do, with no real purpose, other than they just want to have the Joker in there because some executive says that we got to sell him, you know. And also, you know, they're removing the whole thing that they forced with him, that whole Cholo's gangster shit. You know, no longer he trying to act like, not that he is, but trying to talk like or act like he's somebody off these streets.
I don't want no beef. You want no beef? You don't want no beef? You don't want no beef?
You know, that's when I just get up. All right, thank you, man. Just walk out. I don't want no beef.
Don't want no beef. Bye.
Yeah, she's all right. Goddamn. You know, the biggest theory is what you said, Martin. The biggest theory is that this is part of Batman's dream. This is part of Batman's nightmare sequence. They say that this whole thing with Batman's vision, his premonition, this whole nightmare, almost alternate reality sequence right here. There's been a theory that says that at least they'll be doing something a little different with Batman and the Joker. First of all, they're letting him actually have a scene, Jared Leto and the character of Batman. They're giving them a proper scene together, maybe. But also they're saying that with whatever this premonition is, whatever this alternate reality, this nightmare sequence is, a nightmare alternate reality, they say that this might be a point where Batman and Joker might actually have to come together, join alliances.
Sure. It looks like at a point where Batman's like, I don't know what to do. And Joker suddenly drops some knowledge because it's at the end of the world. And he takes that back with him to present day to like, shit, the Joker's making sense. And I know all this is wrong.
Yeah, he's like, the Joker give me some memes, man. What are you saying?
Well, like, as much as Herman has pointed out, I feel like Zack Snyder doesn't get the characters correct, at least as how we've known them for the last 40 or 50 years or 60 years. It's its own thing, but having gone through, the Zack Snyderverse with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and even Justice League or the parts of Justice League, I feel positive watching this trailer in as much as they are not selling me, reselling me the same movie I already bought the first time.
Yeah.
There's so many new things going on here where I'm like, all right, well, let me sit and watch this.
Also, Zack Snyder's responded to an age where everybody was asking for more serious things. It's not just let's be fair. It's not just that Zack Snyder decided to come out here and just take this serious vision on his own. Like he's the first one to do it. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight came in and kind of changed everything. And so the studios want to explore this more. And the problem I think that Zack Snyder had with that, or people had with what Zack Snyder was doing, is that it wasn't just a vision of having a darker, more serious tone. It was something where they were trying to do the Marvel thing, and they were forcing that, and it might have been getting in the way of what he was trying to do. I have no problem on a darker take. People have done so many different things with characters. Go ahead and try different things. I'm not so stuck on the way things are and should be. Let me see what you're going to do, and I can take that.
Right.
And they're definitely showing new images here, in which they show you that this will be a different thing to what you're saying, Martin. In addition to the Joker, we also see that they got more images of Darkseid, which is something that he did want to do before. And that is something where, this is why I would look at this and give it a chance. Now, I would say, I don't want anybody to come back and say, like, I told you it's going to be bad if I said I don't like it, because, I don't know what it's going to be. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, maybe it will. But I'm like, hey, you're doing something different. Let's see. I'll give it a chance.
I have fun with Justice League. I like it. I don't want anybody to sit up here and think I'm trying to like say different and hold it over my head, or you change your tune out. No, but I will tell you that because I don't think it was a good movie. And one of the reasons why it was not a good movie is because you had things in there that, for whatever reason, because they had Zack Snyder not being able to complete his vision, they came in and did quick rewrites or whatever. They had weird things that were never able to be touched on, such as the whole dream sequence with Batman or Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Bruce Wayne had those premonitions, and because they couldn't really complete, those things were also implanted in other movies that were not all that good. Batman versus Superman, where we all saw Bruce Wayne having rape fantasies of Superman when he put him in his sex dungeon. He's like, those motherfuckers hit me in the back of my head. He's like, that was not fair at all. He's like, I'm gonna get them. Yeah.
Stay your ass down.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you, Batman.
I love him looking around like, oh, y'all really gonna do me like this?
Yeah. Like, shit, ain't nothing we can do. We hanging just like you. What the fuck you want us to do? Yeah, you Batman. And I like the way the other dudes were looking at him, because they would. Let me see here. I like the way these other dudes were looking at him, because they're like, damn, you Batman, you ain't gonna do something. Shit, we fucked if you can't get loose. You know, the reason why I look at this, like I never thought it was a great idea to have these things, these small little story details that were supposed to lead to bigger things. I never thought that was a good idea anyway, because that lent to them trying to create a universe, force a universe, and I never thought it was going to work out for them. But at least having Zack Snyder here, where he doesn't have to like adhere to that plan anymore of trying to do the universe. You know, they don't have, the movie will be a little more cohesive now because he's over it. Do I think it will work? I'm expecting it not to, but am I more willing to give it a chance? Am I curious to see where it's going to go? Definitely.
For me personally, I just kind of want it to be over so people can stop talking about it. This is it. Like, he's not coming back to do any more Justice League films or any superhero films. Like, this is it. It's going to end. So whatever this was going to be, this grand thing, it'll end here. It'll end how, whether it be good or bad, it's over. And at that point, I just want to move on. I don't think it's much to ask that you try to adhere to who they are in the comics. And it bothers me that you have this general mindset out there, no, this is the end-all, be-all, this is how this universe should be. And it's just weird. It's just very weird. It feels like people are more fans of Zack Snyder than they are of these DC characters and in these heroes. And they are interesting. Like, I care, but people always say that, oh, Chris, you hate these. I know I don't. I love these characters. I grew up with these characters. My first exposure to anything superhero related was Batman animated series, which did Batman right, while also delving into something that was dark and complicated.
Since you're gonna push back on me, I'm gonna push on you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm saying that. I'm not saying that because I want to start anything. I'm not. Whatever I say here is not because I'm trying to like debate you or oppose you. I'm not. I just, if I think of something, I'll just say it. Because what you're saying right here is like, why can't they just stay to the character? You make these sociopathic characters. He's just doing his vision. He's just doing what he wants to do. My only rebuttal to that would be, let's think about the thing that made Batman very popular again. And it was not really Batman. It was the vision of one person. When we look at Batman, that is not really Batman. That's Tim Burton's Batman, to the point where even that character killed people. He dropped bombs on people, he shot people, and it's like, that was Tim Burton's Batman. It was something. Yeah. The only reason why I'm saying that is because, again, the thought is, give it to somebody's unique vision. It could even be argued that Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight was sort of not really Batman. It was sort of like a standalone version of Batman with somebody else. Granted, maybe it was truer than that, than Tim Burton's Batman, or even Zack Snyder's, because, he really had a code of not killing people. And even though it was more realistic, it stayed closer to the essence of Batman. But, Tim Burton's Batman was something that it was not, this rebooted the phenomena of Batman for the public, and it was Tim Burton's version. Like,
we had the Adam West series, and then you also had the Super Friends version of Batman. So this was someone's first, quote unquote, dark take on the character.
How much are you willing for these characters to be changed? Because I still think there's some people who don't even like the changes they've made with some of the Marvel characters that they've done. Those characters have been changed a lot. I think it depends on your closeness to these characters. There are some characters you're able to let people have liberties with. Maybe you're closer with something where you don't like it. And I think that's what this trailer is exactly doing right here. Again, not to point this out to anybody saying, if you don't like this, I'm not ready to say you're wrong. If you do like it, I'm not ready to say you're a fanboy or, you're a Zack Snyder cult member. I'm not ready to criticize anybody. I'm ready to say, look, this definitely tells you who this is for and who it isn't.
Oh, clearly.
Because now we're at the point where it's like, hey, look, it's interesting that this is not pushing new scenes as much as this is definitely pushing tone. It makes clear who this is for and who is definitely not for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad like this will be it. And like, if people that want this and they like, I'm not people telling like you're an idiot for liking Zack Snyder's DC films. I'm not. I'm talking about what I want and what I like and what I would like to see in the future and I'll critique the things that I've seen him do in the course of his tenure on DC. But if I'm never going to tell someone like you're an idiot or you're dumb for liking these movies. No, I've always said this. I maintain this whether it be on this channel or my channel. Like what you like, dislike what you dislike. That's fine. But when we're talking about something like this, there's no problem to agree to disagree. I think that's totally okay. I'm
willing to see what he's going to do. I'm willing to sit back and see what this is going to be like when it's 100% his vision. But when it opened up, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't even think that this is the kind of superhero movie that I want to see because it opens up like a foreign art film. You got goddamn this depressed woman singing while Superman like, why? It's like
Zack Snyder should never be allowed to pick his soundtracks. Yeah, they always undercut everything he puts on screen, like, hallelujah.
Yeah, man.
It's not working, buddy.
Shit, I'm expecting the next trailer to open up with like, oh man, river. I don't know, man. I don't like, I'm with you there. I don't like his music when it comes to these movies, man. I do think that I would like just a little bit of oomph and more fun in them. Jesus Christ, man. That shit makes me... He
sees these characters as gods and makes it so operatic.
I don't like that. I don't like how... it's not for me, the tone that as heavy as it is. The narration that it starts out with is very heavy.
Out in the dark, among the stars.
Maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's not for me, but, like I said, people are already split over this. And, and I would say whether you like the tone or not, there are some things that I am truly looking forward to here. I'll say this, one of the things I did like about the last Justice League, and again, I'm in a very small minority of people like that movie, and I know that movie's trash, man. I understand it. I had fun with it still. I still to this day have seen some of it. I'm like, man, I'm having fun. And as much as Joss Whedon is a pariah right now, I think a lot of that had to do with him because he had some levity to that first movie.
He said he'll fight with us?
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
Now, think of it as corny or whatever, but to your point, Martin, and to yours too, Chris, those things, those small little things made them characters like you were asking about. It humanized them.
Yes, it did.
It's going to be very popular right now to go in and pretty much villainize Joss Whedon to the point. And like from what I'm hearing, it looks like we said, man, all these accusations come up. It's hard to like sit back here and keep defending somebody when you have all these people saying kind of the same thing and standing up for each other. So it's going to be hard to sit up here and defend that last Justice League movie with him saying that.
It's not praising him, but it's praising his contributions.
Yeah.
His small contributions.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're exactly right. And I think that his contribution was good. But at the same time, the thing about his contribution to that movie was also that they made two different films, and those films were they just did not go together in tone. It was a movie that felt heavily disjointed. As much as I might like it, it's just not a good film because it's obviously it was made by two different people. I think hopefully we'll get a more cohesive film. Even if you don't like the tone that he's taken, the one thing I can say is that it will feel like at least a complete film. Hopefully, maybe not. Now you got you got Zack Snyder saying, hey, look, I don't have to worry about this bullshit business model that they were trying to put together. We're not trying to be Marvel. They just let me tell a story. And maybe that way it'll be somewhat better. I would love to see what they're doing because a lot of things that they've done, and maybe not 100%, but definitely not with us 100%. We're not crazy. You and I, Martin, and you, Chris, we're not crazy about Aquaman. You definitely like Shazam more than I do. I enjoyed Shazam.
I really enjoyed Shazam for the most part.
Yeah.
I had some criticism. I liked it.
I know, and I get why you did, Martin. That's some crazy shit in that movie, but I did enjoy Shazam. The whole thing of being creative enough to, or at least letting people creatively let go to do certain things.
This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You just ask the same questions every week.
That's Chris doing that to Zack Snyder. I don't give a fuck about your movie. You know, I think now that we've seen people let go, they've made better movies. So this is still based on something old. You know, something from a legacy movie from an era that none of us were really crazy about. But at least it's let go. It's not under the restraint anymore of doing the Marvel model. And I'm really eager to see what they do with that. And to that point, we're talking about again humanizing these characters. And I think that maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to make these characters a little bit more human with some of the storylines that they're filling in. You know, we've heard how they're going to come in and they're giving Ray Fisher's Cyborg a little more story. They're giving the Flash a little more story. You know, maybe they'll make a difference. Maybe they won't. But I'm eager to see what those small differences will make, especially if you have a 4-hour movie.
Well, I will say that Cyborg definitely needed more story. I was never happy with his casting of Ezra Miller as the Flash. It just doesn't work for me at all as that character.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe if he fleshes it out, maybe it can work. But also consider, like, there's a certain arrogance in a 4-hour cut, because even with Scorsese making The Irishman with that 3.5-hour cut, with the greatest actors that we loved from generations, from Goodfellas, and even throwing in Al Pacino. At 3.5 hours, The Irishman was still, as good as it was still barely tolerable at that running length.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about an extra half hour for just some superheroes.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
But at the same time, we've seen, right now we're watching superhero cuts of things that are 6 hours long. They just split up into episodes. You know, because that's how you can watch this if you want to. I don't want to ever say like this is too long for superheroes, because now we're crazy about WandaVision, and WandaVision is a long story, giving them more, and that's the Justice League I'm showing again, but giving superheroes more time to tell their stories might actually make a difference too. Not every 4-hour cut of something is bad, and we don't have to go see this at the theater. I would be thinking, you know what? Fuck you. If I had to go see 4 hours of Justice League at the theater, I'd be like, I'll burn this goddamn theater down if I go in there. but on TV, because that's the way I said I would watch it. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll watch this either as 2 movies. I'll watch it as 4 episodes of a miniseries. There's different ways to watch this when it's on streaming. So I'll be able to give it a chance right there. We'll see how it works out. And if it works, then I want to be like, well, I'm pleasantly surprised, because nobody especially wants to do 4 hours of bullshit. And we will do it.
It's all for you, chat. It's all for you.
Oh, Chris, you know what? We live in a society, man, where if just people just open their minds.
It's just me. It's getting crazy.
People just sit back and open their minds and think about things with open mind. It would be good. No, man, I think we all make good points. Collectively, we all make good points for this. And I appreciate everybody saying what they had to say, because y'all did say things that were very, very relevant and very, very perceptive as well to what we saw here.